The race for the 8th seed in the Western Conference in the NBA bubble has really, really heated up recently, and it's been just by far the most fun storyline to follow since the NBA started up again. And it's honestly, it's the best thing that the NBA could have hoped for, because going into the bubble, we really didn't know if the 8th seed was really going to be a race. The Grizzlies were in quite a commanding lead coming into the bubble, and they've thrown it away. And with the fact that there's no real home court advantage, things like that, it could have been a situation where we were watching really, really boring, meaningless games leading up to the playoffs, where the playoffs could have been locked up early and there could have been no race to get into the playoffs with these teams. The best teams would have just been resting their best players, because there'd be no advantage to fighting for home court, etc., etc. But what's been really great is this race for the 8th seed, and it's such a close race now. You've got the Blazers, they're the current 8th seed, they're at 34-39. You've got the Grizzlies, Suns, and Spurs at 9, 10, and 11. The Grizzlies and Suns are both at 33-39, and then the Spurs are at 32-38. So the Grizzlies, Suns, and Spurs are literally all just a half a game back from the Blazers. So we still don't know who's going to make that 8th seed, who's going to make that play-in game. The play-in game is going to happen, and the play-in game is going to be so fun. And I just think this is by far, as I said, it's by far the best thing that could have happened for the NBA, because we've got really meaningful basketball, and it's been really fun to watch these games, because you've got so much games every day, and there's like real consequences, and these teams are actually playing really hard. You know, like you look at a team like the Blazers, they're playing every game like it's their last. You know what I mean? Like Damian Lillard's on absolute fire, and the storyline around him has been hilarious, where he choked those 2 free throws against the Clippers, and you had the drama with him, Pat Bev, and Paul George, and then you have you have him and Skip Bayless beefing on Twitter, and then he goes on a 2-game streak after those missed free throws, and he's been just unreal. I think he had 112 points in the last 2 games. Like, he's been ridiculous. And then like the Suns who have the best Twitter account in the NBA right now, who they're all hitting shots. They're all playing every game like it's their last. Like, they're 7-0 in the bubble. They look really good. And Devin Booker is an absolute stud. And then even the storylines with the other 2 teams, like the Grizzlies have just thrown it away. Like, they had the commanding lead coming in, and the whole thing about them being a young, unexperienced team, it really came to pass. And it's been fun to watch that, because it's like, what's going to happen with this team? Are they going to start to get it back at all, or are they just going to completely free fall? And then the Spurs, they're fun to follow as well, just because they're the Spurs and they want to keep that streak going. What is it, 25 years in a row making the playoffs or something? Is that the streak they're on right now? And they're trying to keep that streak alive. Now, the Spurs are the least likely team that are going to get into that 8th spot, but it's still fun to root for them, and it's fun to follow them. And it's just been great, man. Like, we have the last regular season games this week, and it's as I've said before, it's the best situation the NBA could have hoped for, because there's just so much intrigue now watching these next couple of games. Like, what's going to happen? Who's going to get into the 8th seed play-in game? And then the play-in game is going to be really fun to watch too, because it's going to be a great start to that kind of playoff atmosphere that we're going to have in the bubble. Now, as for who I think is going to get the 8th seed, if I have to guess, I'm probably going to go with the Blazers. And if there was a team that I would want to get in, it would probably be the Blazers too. The Suns are a close second. I love watching the Suns. I love watching Devin Booker. I think he's great. But I think the Blazers would probably give the Lakers the best first round matchup. So, yeah. And Damian Lillard has just been on absolute fire recently. So I kind of want to see that keep going. I probably think that the Blazers are going to keep a hold of that 8th seed, and they're going to give the Lakers a fun first round matchup. But either way, I feel like the play-in games are going to be really fun to watch, and we'll have to see what happens. But the NBA can thank their lucky stars for this, because this has been the best thing that could have happened to them coming into the bubble. And I have to say, the entertainment value with this 8 seed race has been unreal, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds from here.